Hello, it's Icy. I return with Torment, the Tides of Numenera. We are still looking around in... where are we? This building. This machine is a chaotic assemblage of metal tanks and tubing. A work table mounded with spare parts stands above it and is connected by wires to an oddly familiar sarcophagus and other devices. As it turns out, there is very little to examine. Every access point to the machine has been carefully sealed. Some of the hatches and panels are worn with use. They are likely accessed by the Order when they perform maintenance on the machine. Others are gleaming, ornate locks, twisted keyholes, unmarred by the scratches and nicks of careless everyday use. You run your hand across the surface and feel the ghosts of another person's hands doing the same. Oh, I don't have any ammonoosuses left! Damn it! Should we try for 50? Okay! Oh, I failed! Damn it! Oh! Memories drift past like cobwebs, teasing the corners of your mind that dissolve into dust as you grasp for them. Actually, I can't. Oh! -1 intellect? This must be important! Do I want to lose a permanent intellect to try again? No. You sort through the jumbled components on the table. There aren't many, nor are there any duplicates. These appear to be spare parts from the machine. You rap your knuckles experimentally on the side of the machine. The sound reverberates through a hollow space within, echoing and echoing into inaudible eternity. Oh my god! Let's leave the machine alone! Can I come back tomorrow after a sleep? Oh my god. Feels bad. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, what can we see? What can we see? Interact. Here we go. What have we got? A small wire-framed pyramid sits at the base of polished wood. Lying inside the pyramid is a dull sphere of silverish metal. Examine the frame. The frame appears to be fixed firmly in place. It's constructed of an organic material grown in a manner similar to bone or coral. Thinner vein-like strands of material wind across each of the triangular sides. Something strikes you as odd about it, but you can't quite determine why. Okay, you have much intelligence that I can spend on this task. Continue. While examining the frame, you try to nudge it gently, and it shifts in a most peculiar manner. You focus on the moving frame in various directions and discover that it can be easily lifted up straight off the base and lowered back onto it, but it refuses to move laterally, even while being held in midair. Suspended in the wire cage, a sphere almost perfectly sized to fit into your palm. The gaps in the wiring mesh are large enough for you to reach through, but not large enough to pull the sphere out. Base appears to be made from a slab of lurid red stone. On closer inspection, you recognize it as petrified wood of some kind. An inscription has been on the base of the pyramid. It's in an alien language that's been burned into the wood and then filled with a luminous substance. Though you know you haven't seen the language in your own short life as a cast-off, it seems familiar. I don't. I mean... Ugh. Fail. Patterns of memory trickle in your mind, tantalizing but just beyond reach. You see a figure standing before a giant sphere, but the memory ends before any details emerge. Touch the sphere! As you extend your hand towards the sphere, the thinner strands along the front of the side of the cage retract towards the thicker frame edges, creating an opening large enough for the sphere to fit through. Yes! I will take the sphere. You pull it out of the frame through the opening facing you, and it immediately begins to glow a scintillating blue. It pulls a moment to make sure there are no other effects, and then try to put it with the rest of your belongings. At some point during the motion, the sphere simply vanishes, only to reappear within the frame, once again dull grey. Apparently, taking the sphere will not be quite so easy. Okay, you put the sphere out again, and once again it grows brilliant blue before disappearing, returning in the frame. A little experimentation, you discover the sphere's position seems to reset whenever it moves beyond a particular distance from the device. as long as you keep it within distance as you are now, you can hold on to it. Take the entire device. It's too bulky. Min looks over and shakes his head sadly, while muttering under his breath. Put the sphere back. Oh, as you place the sphere back in the frame, it changes to a vibrant orange color. It occurs to you that the sphere seems to respond to moving through the frame boundaries. Perhaps moving it through the other sides will produce additional results. Lift the frame and remove it by the bottom. It's yellow. Put it back through the front. Orange. Left. Red. Front orange. Okay, left. Red. Left. Violet. Okay, left. Still red. Left violet. Orange. Orange. Oh, I can do that one. Green. Okay. Blue. Blue. Nope. Move by the front is violet. Oh, what am I doing? Oh god, I don't know. Maybe I should write these down. Let's do that, shall we? Okay. Right, so we have front. Okay, so out, front, in. Then we have okay, yeah. Front. So remove from the front is violet. Return to the front is bright orange. Okay, remove from the left is red. Red. Turn on the left. Deep violet. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Note it's violet here in the background. Oh! Damn, which one was that? Must have been right. I've got to write down. And it's the only one I think I've noticed so far where it's the same colour. Dull orange. Blazing orange. Oh, that's interesting. There's several oranges. Back. Brilliant blue. Cool green. And bottom. Yellow. And indigo. Or we do it in a rainbow. I think what we do first is we take it out through the front, deep violet, and then we put it back into the left, deep violet. Oh look! Oh! Duh! I didn't even realize I could scroll up. See, it just stays a deep violet rather than changing. Okay. Alright, so maybe we do what's the rainbow? Roy G. Biv? Except we have a lot of oranges in here. I don't know if this is the problem. So red. So, actually, maybe we can number them. Okay, so we go 1 red. What comes after red? Red, orange. But we have multiple oranges. Do I need all of the oranges? Because we have 3 oranges here. Should I look it up? Probably not. Okay. Red. Alright, actually, do we have more than 1 red? We don't, do we? Okay, well let's go red, then let's go, bright orange? And then come back to dull orange? And then go to blazing orange? And then we go down to yellow? And then we go to cool green? And then we'd need to go to green, indigo. Oh, that doesn't work either though, because indigo and green are on the same side. I mean, unless we go deep violet. That doesn't sound right. And then you go indigo, and then back to... that doesn't work anyway. I missed blue. Oh, blue. Oh, God. Silly. Green. Whoops. Blue. Indigo. That's better. And then violet. Yeah. And in fact, that means we need to start here. Okay, so remove... alright. Remove the sphere. Oh, okay, here we go. So, left. Let's do it. Move the sphere from the frame. Left, red. Front. Right. Right again. Uh, 4, 5 is yellow, is bottom. And 6 to green, back. 7 is back in. And then 8 is indigo at the bottom. And then we go back up to violet at the front. And it didn't happen. Let's just leave it alone. Oh, as you step away from the device, the sphere disappears immediately. Oh, oh, no, hang on. So, wait, what? Oh, no, so maybe I can just take it out? Okay, maybe I can come back later, after a sleep. This seems like a possibility. They're books. Ninth world? Ships between the worlds? Entirely unique ecological biomechanical hybrids. The enigmatic Numenera. Interact. Oh, hey, I've got one of those. The desk was cluttered with scrawled notes, piles of paper, and worn books. The owner was either extremely disorganized or left in a hurry. Examine. We rustle through the mess of documents and notes. Most discuss the buildings and architecture of prior worlds. They're filled with drawings and descriptions of bizarre structures uncovered by scholars and explorers. The owner of this desk seems to have been particularly interested in doors, door frames, and archways. He's drawn circles around all such things, but his scroll comments are never more revealing than similar but not a match. Could there be a connection? Okay. Right. Not helpful? Nope. Still the same desk. Oops. Alright, so I think we have examined all of the things, haven't we? I think we have. So, I think we need to find, oh, charity, sacrifice, empathy is the gold tide. People who have primary goal to help others at the even at the cost of themselves, or especially at the cost of themselves. Interesting. Now I know something. Okay, are we assuming the caravanserai is somewhere where we can sleep? Let's go that way. Oh, well, that's interesting. Because I want to come back after a sleep. See if I can work out what that was. Plus, you know, I need like a weapon. Okay. Tranquility. Silver Orphan. Homodon. Silver Orphans, two silver humanoids stand near a small vehicle of indeterminate origin. Their skin has a reflective metallic sheen that makes them both appear part of and separate from the scenery around them. As you approach, both of them turn to face you. They have no mouths, and their eyes are fathomless black, reflecting nothing. The name for these creatures rises from memory, Silver Orphans. It may or may not be the name by which they know themselves, but it's the name used by the Order of Truth. They turn to stare at each other for several moments, then one on the right gestures at you in a complicated pattern. Oh, seeing your confusion, the one on the left kneels, using a foreshortened finger to trace circles and lines in the dust at your feet. Ripples radiate from a point, square, eye, massive interconnected dots. The Silver Orphan looks up at you, awaiting your reply. Machinery, Amnesis, interpret the drawings. Ugh, God. Fail. Because I don't have any. Quick fingers. Try to copy the drawing in an attempt to communicate. Sure. I will spend his speed. Critical success. Stat pools restored. You'll trace the drawing, starting with the same series of symbols the one on the left drew. It watches your hands more than your face, scanning your facsimile as it appears in the dirt. At a critical moment, it reaches over and corrects a line you had drawn, and the whole image takes on a meaning far deeper than you'd imagined. Like the resolution of a meaningless noise into the refrain of a beloved song, you suddenly know what it is the Silver Orphans seek. Machine intelligences, however or wherever they may be concealed. The orphans watch impassively as you reach this realization. Then the one on the right holds out a hand in request for information. I'll let you know if I find any. Interesting! I can't sleep in your pod though. But I want to sleep in your pod. Ooh. Beds! I see beds. Give me a bed! Tranquility. A woman tall and graceful as a willow steps forward to greet you. She bows, then looks down at you with warm, gold-flecked eyes. Welcome, she says, to Tranquility's Rest. I am the proprietress. Tranquility! Are you looking for a place to take your ease? How much? As she speaks, a sense of delicious calm comes over you, and you find yourself wanting to agree with her. There is nothing you'd like better right now than the peace and solitude of a quiet room. To be brutally honest, that sounds freaking delightful. Perception. You begin to wonder if the sense of peace and surrounds Tranquility has something to do with the way she speaks. Her voice is low and rich, and she appears to be modulating in some way. The technique is subtle, but the effect is profound, calming you and making you feel a little sleepy. You're using your tone of voice to calm me. Is that something you'd learned? She raises her eyebrows. Very few people notice that. Well done. I am indeed manipulating my voice. When I opened this place, I wanted to make it the most relaxing hostel in the 9th world, and I worked to make every aspect of it soothing, even my voice. She smiles mysteriously. Another talent of mine has been helpful as well. Could you use your calming abilities to put me into a trance? Really? I'm gonna ask that? Apparently, she looks bemused. No one has ever asked me something like this before. She shakes her head. An interesting proposition as it is, I must refuse for fear of some complication or retaliation of the same. Please, I promise to hold you blameless if anything goes wrong. Aren't you curious to see what will happen? Ah! Stop making me use my intelligence! Convince! Oh, good. She hesitates, then nods. Very well. As long as you're willing to absolve me from blame, I will do it. Now, take my hand and close your eyes. As you take her hands, a scent like baking bread and honey overwhelms you, and she begins to sing a soft but resonant contralto. The melody fills your head, making it heavy slumber, so that your chin drops to your chest. You feel like you're being lowered gently into a warm bath. The water closes over your head, but there is no fear of drowning. You return to the womb, where all is comforting darkness, and the steady pulse of the beating. I think I should have had a sleep first. I think it would have been a good idea. I think I've made a mistake. You're looking a lot more rested than you usually do. Ugh. What should I do now? You'll need to find this Mantikina person. Has anything changed? Look around, it's your mind. I think I'm ready to go. Farewell. Good luck. Oh, well, this is interesting. I mean, did I want to come back here? I don't know. I guess it's a way, though, of getting me back there at some point, if I need to. Okay. Hi. Oh! As a sailor. You ran up. Do I need to talk to you? Maybe after? Welcome back, friend. You've been missed. There's more to this woman's charms than long legs and sweet words. She's giving off some sort of calming pheromone. Interesting. Your perfume seems to contain some kind of pheromones. Are you manipulating me? He smiles faintly. If calming can be said to be manipulating, I suppose I am. But is nothing more than that. I cannot control the minds or influence the thoughts. Like my voice, my scent seems to relax people. It's one of the reasons I believed opening a hostel might lead to success. Are you human? No need for apologies. Given my height, it's a natural question. I am indeed human. A human mutant, and fortunate to live in Sage's Cliffs, where that is not a crime. There are very few places in this world where someone like me would even be allowed to clean a hostel, let alone a room. It is the most peaceful inn in Sage's Cliffs, with the most beautiful view. All rooms face outwards, so that the bustle of the caravanserai is invisible and inaudible. All you see is the sky, the sea, the roofs of the city far below you, and all you hear is the breeze. I am the sole owner, and I have been offering solitude, security, and discretion to travelers for 20 years. You will never have a sound night's sleep as you will when you stay here. I'd like a place to sleep. Oh, that sounds good. Only 20 shins per person. Oh, is she gonna charge me for everybody? 60 shins? God damn it! you! Oh, fine. God damn. I am cross. Oh, that hurt. Let's talk to some people. An airship captain does not want to talk to us. Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks so bad. Okay, what have we got? Young people talking. Homodon. Let's talk to Homodon. Hi. This robed man turns a golden spectacled gaze and a winning smile on you. Seems charming enough sort. But it's clear he wants something from you and is perfectly willing to take it. Politely, with absolute guile, of course. At last, he says, someone who looks like they can see further than their nose. These Sagosites are observant as rocks. Clasps his hand together, pleading, please tell me you've seen a beautiful girl with purple hair. Her name is Persia. She is my beloved, but she suffers from a madness that causes her to fear, well, everything. She can't stop running from imagined dangers, and I've been chasing her for years now, trying to catch her and cure her before she hurts herself. Uh-huh. I recently cracked her here to Sage's Cliffs, but none of these blind fools can remember seeing her, even though I believe she stayed here for a time. Let me give you a description so you will know her. She's heartbreakingly beautiful and wears winged hair combs that float around her head, constantly changing the arrangement of her purple hair. Please, if you see her or hear word of her, return and tell me. My name is Omidon, and it can be most generous. Ah, as I said, she's hauntingly beautiful, with purple hair that floats around her head on winged combs. Her speech may seem confused. Pay no mind to what she says. It's only her madness talking. Once she's returned to me, I will be able to cure her. What sort of things does she say, Mr. Gaslighter? Oh, almost everything, but one of her most persistent delusions is that I am her enemy. Nothing could be further from the truth. When she was in her right mind, she loves me as I love her. But when her madness is upon her, it's more painful than truth can say. How did you meet? We were at the same grave in the Valley of the Dead Heroes, a mutual friend, and in sharing stories of our love for that friend, we found that we were kindred spirits, and decided we did not want to part when we left the valley. Odd that a place of death could give birth to something so beautiful and undying. What caused her to go mad? 'Tis, I believe, some trauma associated with her birth or early life. We found that it could be overcome with love, care, certain medication. But even then, some lapses occur. It was during the last of these that Persia vanished. I've been on her trail ever since. And how do you hope to cure her? With love, mostly, but also with certain ancient techniques I've learned in my years of study for the cooling and untwisting of fevered and knotted mind. I am positive that once I am able to isolate her from the corrupting distractions of the world, I will be able to restore her to her true self. I will not give you her in a million years, even if it looks like she actually wants to go with you. Not in a million, billion, trillion years. Okay, let's examine this. Oh no, it's just stuff. Oh, talk to the guard. Oh, hi. A Memorvira guard, and a man in a brigandine coat stands in front of a heavy wooden gate. His arms are crossed, his feet firmly planted. You got business. It's the Memorvira. She's the boss lady of the Bloom. Been in charge for about 10 years. Couldn't tell you what the title means, but there's always been a Memorvira. And if you had to ask that question, you ain't got no business with her. Can you tell me anything else about her? Nobody crosses her, not even the council. He waves a dismissive hand, passes by. All these poor plodders are scared of rain, and that means they're scared of me too. Go work for the Memorvira, son. That's what my dad told me. You'll never be anyone in this life if folk aren't scared of you. You're from Sage's Cliffs? Born in Cliff's Edge, house where I grew fell up into the sea a couple of years back, thanks to the Sitcher. Made that black three bugger him with flaming bricks. Joined up with the Memorvira and served 5 years in the Bloom. Gets in your head, the Bloom does. Whispers to you, tells you to do things. Maybe. When the boss lady found out, she sent me out here. So what is on the other side of the door? A road. Goes down the side of the cliff towards the bloom. Nobody gets by unless the boss lady gives word. What is the bloom? It's a monster. A stinking tumour the size of a city, full of veins and cysts and sac that folk can crawl around inside. Sometimes they lead to the morals. His sunken eyes gleam as he speaks the word. If you give them what they want to eat, they'll send you to another world. Or if not, if they decide to feed on you instead. Looking for a tall, beautiful woman with purple hair. Ain't we all, he snorts. That lovesick carker keeps asking me about his girlfriend and I keep telling him the same thing. I ain't seen no purple-haired ladies. Truth is, if she did pass through here, she's probably stopped at the inn. So if you want to find Miss Purple Hair, that's where I'd start. Uh-huh. Sure, let's go ask at the inn. Miss Relaxing. Child, can I talk to the child? Hi. Aren't the ships beautiful? Yes, I suppose so. I'm looking for a woman named Persia. She's said to be beautiful and has purple hair. Have you seen her? And she gives you a sad smile. Perhaps. Many people stay here. This woman may have been among them. But I don't remember her, sorry. Okay. Good enough. We might have to go and talk to some other peoples. Alright, what else do we have on the map here? Something down there. Should we go downstairs first? Let's go down, shall we? What's down here? Oh, explorers, sailors, barkeep, Tanark, Hobbs, and to Cliff's Edge. Okay. Tanark Hobbs, this man's brow is creased with worry. He avoids your gaze, his eyes fixed on a point to your left and far away. His trembling, battered fingers pluck at the air. He stares through at chattering customers, the bar, as though he is utterly alone. Stepping closer, you see the thick blue crease running down his throat into the depths of his heavy robes. An orderly rows of azure holes pierce his bony arms from elbow to wrist. Discord, he says as you approach. Scarred melody, too many voices. Hurts. His words stream out one by one in a subdued and continuous monotone, tumbling over each other as if in a blind rush to escape. Does not meet your eye as you step closer to examine him. Instead he winces, as though your presence somehow pains him. You watch him move and track the twitching of his fingertips. You hear a low, vibrating whistle, though it is not coming from his mouth. What do you do here? Wayfarers bring me broken Numenera. I repair them for pay. I need to eat, he cries, and you don't think you're the target of his anger. The wayfarers thank me, he says, swallowing. They do not know I have remade their Numenera. They do not know they will also be remade. Can you remake any of my Numenera? Instead of asking to see your belongings, he looks at you for the first time. His pupils are dark, space between the stars. No, he says after a long moment. His eyes flick back to whatever distant, terrible place has captured his attention. You are wounded. A broken instrument. He has no use for you. You didn't even look at my belongings. Do I have anything you can remake? No, you are worthy but broken. This time he doesn't look at you. What are you staring at? The grand hall, spiral pinned by a broken column. The invisible roof, He stops with a gasp, and tears roll down his dirty cheeks. He tells me not to share our secrets with you. You are not of the choir. You are Discord. Cold wind coils down from the rooftops, flicking at his tattered robes. Suddenly, you hear something beneath the flute-like notes of the breeze over the holes in the man's skin. A dry, angry voice speaking the word, Akar! Akar? What does that mean? You may as well have slapped the man. Right to his shock, he doubles over, clutching at his chest. Beneath the man's agony, you sense otherworldly indignation and ageless despair, deep as oceans. Great Akar was once the mightiest of cities, and it will rise once more when the choir awakens. its gaze meets yours, the conductor will reward your curiosity and allow me to tell you what I have seen. You need only ask. I wish to know what you have seen. Before my becoming, I found a pit ringed by stone deep in the Arvin wood, broken pillars at the edges. I stepped inside, breathed the dusty air. He pauses, passing a shaking hand over his mouth. I was lost in the grand hall for days, decades. Pillars twisting like hallways, spiraling. The ringing of bells, whirling chandeliers, listening to the song of the lost choir. I was an audience, becoming an instrument. Finally I slept, and I woke here upon the heights. I took my voice, the man says, his eyes dull and distant. But my blood sings. I am becoming my dream, and I remake Numenera for wayfarers, so they will become a dream as well, and together we will go into the forest, to the ring where the grand hall once stood, and rebuild. What do you think you're becoming? An instrument, he says, swaying. A doorway. Before I remade Numenera, now I wake and find the devices the conductor has made for me. He is generous. Look, he says, smiling, pulling aside his robes to bare his bony chest. Countless devices are embedded in his flesh, looping bloodlessly in and out of his ribs, linked by tubes or wires to an opalescent sphere at the base of his throat. You said you dreamed. What of? Proud Akar at its peak, he says, gaze locked on the distant ruins of the city, instruments of metal and flesh ringing the balconies of the grand hall, the conductor, our air, breathing him in forever. Oh yes! Maybe not. Oh, let's see. Oh, let's talk to Sylph. Are you someone we can talk to? Yes, indeed. You are. This pretty young woman stands unnaturally still. Suddenly her large, glassy eyes spring to life with a rattle and quickly lock with yours. Before, just as quickly snapping away. Her skin, fair as porcelain, is cracked beneath several layers of dirt and faded makeup. On the side of her neck you see what appears to be a small tattoo of vertical lines with glyphs etched at the bottom. For a moment familiarity overwhelms you, disappearing as a minute shudder runs down. Her gaze snaps back to your face, but not to your eyes. She's staring at your tattoo, jerkily. Her hand rises to touch her own. Well met. I'm called Sylph. You notice the slight pause before she pronounces her name. Her voice has purring quality, under which you can hear the spinning of countless gears. She coughs just once, and a small greenish cloud emerges from between her lips. How did you come by that mark? Remember, amnesis. Hear an echo of yourself and see in front of you a strange old man, gnarled by time and rabid with expectation. On his neck, weathered and sagging, you see the same series of vertical lines etched into his skin, a faded map to a time or place that no longer exists. An inadmissible period of time has elapsed without an answer. In conclusion, I will rephrase the question, she says as the memory fades. How did you come to have those marks upon your skin? I am a cast-off. You hear an excited clicking, and her eyes flutter and close briefly. I appreciate your honesty, she says, the manic working of gears sounding deep within her chest. She regards you, head tilting to one side, with a small series of ratcheting noises. You have the absurd impression the motion is meant to be flirtatious. I hope you will answer another question for me. Her voice takes on a more eloquent tone, deeper and richer than you heard from her before. I wonder if you might have heard this old riddle before. She clears her throat and begins as if reciting from memory. What comes in with breath and out with a word transmutes upon death but can't be conferred. The words sound vague and familiar, resonating in your mind even after she stopped speaking. trying to remember. Something about them is subtly wrong. Just when you think you've grasped the difference, it slips from your mind, and you're left only with Sylph's expectant gaze. What's the riddle? What comes in with breath and out with a word? Transmutes upon death, but can't be conferred. Are we just talking life? Or consciousness? Not consciousness. Oh, it comes in with a breath. Consciousness comes out with a word. Consciousness transmute. Consciousness can't be conferred. Let's try that. Well, Sylph sounds pleased, speaking in still deeper tone. Perhaps you can be of use to me, after all. There is one final question I would ask you, she says, faces and hands unusually still. Please answer to the best of your ability. What would you do if you had met someone who had succeeded at your life's work before you, and they refused to share their methods? Oh. I of course am going to answer this as me. I would, it's either these two. I would find my own method, or I find a new life's work. I would find my own method. You failed, haven't you? These cast-offs you make, each an imperfect shell, each an undying monument to your failure. She laughs at the look on your face. It's not a pleasant sound. And to think all those years ago you had the audacity to call yourself a god. Look at me. Look at this. She spreads her arms, turns in a circle, clearly intending you to see every angle of her body. This is the pinnacle of lost civilization. She gloats. The void behind her eyes replaced with a fervent, furious madness. My perfect immortal vessel, and I'm the one who discovered it. Me! She spits bright green froth that lands in the dust at your feet. That to your help. My methods are beyond your comprehension, and I'm going to make sure it stays that way. The light fades from her eyes suddenly as if it arrived. She blinks at you with a chittering of decaying cogs, folding her hands in front of her and executing a small bow. I do not know what transpired, she says. Please accept my apologies. Oh, we are definitely going to use some amanuensis. Yeah, I really want to know. Good. Continue. An image appears in your mind of the Sylph standing demurely beside a richly clothed man who gestures at you impatiently. Sure, she's old, but she can still work. Still got the machine intelligence of hers, running along nicely, unlike some others, she said. If you're lonely, she'll keep you company. If not, she'll keep quiet. Won't you? He turns his piercing gaze on Sylph, who nods. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal, the man says, leaning forward conspiratorially. I got a male model at the back who's a bit more banged up. I'll do you both for, say, 1,000 shins. He winks at you. A lady's got to have her options. I understand. Surely I do. He leans back, pleased with himself, as the memory starts to fade. Do we have a deal? Who are you? I'm Sylph, she states simply. I am at your service. Ah, damn it. Okay. I like this game for the no going backness. Hi. Have you seen the purple-haired woman? Nope. You draw a crude approximation of Sylph next to the orphan's image, still visible in the dust. It might be your imagination, but when you finish, they seem pleased. Ooh! You turn to stare at each other. The one on the right reaches inside itself, its silver hand merging seamlessly with the glistening metal of its torso. An instant later, its hand is whole again and holding an object of peculiar construction. It drops the item into your hand. Payment. Assume. A thermodynamic detonation. Okay. Is that bad? Unstable detonation. Thermodynamic detonation. Okay, I can only hold 2. I mean, okay. Oh, plus I should sell that cube. Oh, have we leveled up yet? Not quite. What about you? No. No. Yes. Yes. Oh, you have leveled up. Ah. Okay. And stat pool. Okay, so I have to take a stat pool. Intellect, speed, might. Look, honestly, let's take intellect. Issue challenge. All enemies in range who fail to resist gain repelled, dazed. Okay. Oh, I've reached tier 2. Have I? Oh, I have. Oh, this is for me. Oh, alright. Skill with defense? Or resourceful? Gain 1 training level in Cypher use skill. Sure, why not? Oh, that was Tybia. It was Tybia, okay. Oh, he's on tier 2. Tybia's on tier 2. Oh. Fine. Alright, well, let's go up the stairs then. Oh, I'm gonna have to go and have another sleep, but I don't have enough money! Tourists, bodyguards, merchants. We can't talk to the merchants, can we? Nope. Whoa, what is that? Oh, what is that? Atop a nearby plateau, you can make up a small dome of scintillating blue energy. Interesting. But, really, I think, before we talk to anybody else, it's actually time for me to finish. So thank you very much for watching. I do enjoy exploring and reading all of the words, and I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know in the comments below. If you have not, follow me over on Twitch. Details are below. I stream there 4 days a week. Thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you next time. Bye.